Hi beauties and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to create this makeup look that you see here. This is an everyday makeup look and I use affordable and drugstore products. So if you'd like to find out more, then just keep watching. So before we get started, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me for today's video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button as well as turn on the notification bell. That way you won't miss any of my uploads. So the main reason that I wanted to film today's video was to give this foundation a do-over. I filmed a makeup look using the Catrice True Skin foundation, but I had the wrong shade. I ordered it online and I went in store and saw this shade and felt like it would work, and it is the shade that I'm wearing today. Online, it looked deeper than it actually looked in person. My dream is to be able to choose the correct shade the first time around. One of these days I'll be able to do that. But I wanted to refilm that video because I ended up really liking the foundation, so I wanted to give it another go, and I decided to just go ahead and film a makeup look using drugstore products. You guys know that most of the time I am using more high-end as well as luxury products, and I sprinkle in a little bit of drugstore. I did purchase some new drugstore products, and I do have quite a few drugstore products that I've been using here lately, so I decided to film today's makeup look and create an everyday makeup look. This is definitely right up my alley, and I love how the makeup look turned out. So without further delay, let's go ahead and dive into today's video. I'm always doing something different with my lighting, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, I'm going to start off with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. It says Prime Plus Correct Plus Set, and it's 16-hour wear. I'll use it before makeup as well as at the end. One of my favorite setting sprays. I'm not going to be using drugstore tools. This beauty blender has lasted me so long. I'm going to use the NYX the Marshmallow Primer. I filmed a review on this primer here on my channel, and I really love this primer, but I kind of set it aside and moved on to other things and went back to it again recently, and oh, whenever I use this primer, my skin looks super healthy and radiant. Okay, and this is actually a hydrating foundation, but it has hyaluronic acid in it, and it is a long wear foundation, and I have found that it is quite long wearing. I like it actually, and this shade is quite lovely. I'm gonna pump a little bit on my hand, and that's the shade and the consistency here. And I'm just gonna take my Sonia G brush. We'll start with this, and then I will probably kind of go over everything with my beauty blender. Much better shade match. It's just really hard for me when I'm shopping online. And this does sort of set down pretty quickly, so I feel like I have to move faster. But look at that, pretty good match. Okay, look at the finish, like quite radiant. Nice. I mean, am I gonna be fighting with my bra all day? When I filmed that video, I used the Catrice 1 Minute Face Perfector. I thought I was gonna wear that today. I did purchase the True Skin concealer, but I recently purchased this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is the shade Medium Beige. I really like this concealer, so I definitely wanted to share this with you guys. I love it, and it's actually a lot deeper. Like, it may not look very deep with my lights, but this is actually a lot deeper than it seems. It's a good shade for me, a good brightening shade. I've really been loving this concealer. Here comes my dogs invading my video again. And we're just gonna take this over the lids as well. And And I think this like covers pretty well. It is a nice radiant finish. It lasts all day without like fading. It works pretty well with my face mask. It's not the best. Like I have some others like my Shape Tape I have really learned to master with the face mask. But this one does a pretty good job too. I can, you know, take my mask on and off. So it does pretty good too. I do have the True Skin powder, but I'm just gonna reserve that for the rest of my face, and I'm gonna set my under eyes with my Morphe powder, and this one is the shade Banana, and I really like this powder. I purchased this powder at Ulta, and I really enjoy it. I have actually used it quite a bit. I don't know if you guys can see how empty this is now, and I have not had it that long. This is my Real Techniques Instapop brush, and I like to use this to apply powder. It's a very dense brush. I think it could probably be used for like contour bronzer, but I just like it for packing on powder. We'll take the True Skin by Catrice and we'll use that everywhere else. I will link this down below, but I actually think that this is an expensive powder because you only get 0.15 ounces. And when I calculated how much this would be per ounce, it was ridiculous. Like it was more expensive than Laura Mercier, if I'm not mistaken. So that's where you gotta always be careful when you're purchasing drugstore products, that sometimes they put things in smaller containers and it may be like $10 and you think, oh, that's affordable, but then when you calculate it out by ounce, it really isn't. It ends up being more expensive than high-end products. I'm gonna use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Expresso to sculpt my brows, and I will be right back. Brows are on, so we'll dust off the powder. Let's move in a little bit closer and get started on the eyes. I just have crunchy hair today, and I don't know why. I don't know what I put on my hair that was different, but it's a little crunchy. I don't have an eyeshadow base that is drugstore, so we're just gonna go with the concealer that I applied on my eyes earlier as the eyeshadow base. This is the Nude Mood palette by ColourPop. Ooh, quite beautiful. Perfect for every day. I have not tried this. I've just swatched it, but I have not tried this yet. And again, remember, I'm not using affordable brushes. I'm just gonna start with this shade, Au Naturel, I think is what it says. We're gonna start off with that as a transition shade. It's a light brown. It looks barely there, but it is. I'm kind of curious about Mugged Off because they look so similar. This is a little warmer, but they look very similar in the pan, so I'm curious to see the difference between the two. So let's just apply that kind of in the crease. Yeah, this is definitely a deeper shade. Perfect. It can be used as the transition shade as well. I'm just gonna kind of put it a little lower than that first shade, using the same brush. This is the Cocoa, I think. That might be what that is. It's like a mauve-y looking shade. Let's try that. Kind of in the corner. I'm just gonna create a really simple look. We'll start off with this one in the corner. Sort of a mauve-y color. Beautiful. Oh yeah, it's really pretty. I like that. I'm still kind of dragging that into the crease, concentrating a lot of it in the corner and then dragging over what's left into the crease. This is a Sephora blending brush. This is the large 27 Pro blending brush. I'm gonna go back in to my warmer color and just sort of blend those edges out. Shade number 2 and this shade here have some sparkles there. Got a little bit of a shimmer, but can be used as a matte. Now I'm gonna use Moody. I have to sneeze. What was that? I never like take the dark shade into the crease. I wonder if I should just drag a little bit over into the crease to really define that. Yeah, that's pretty. Very, very pretty. I'm gonna just go back into the cocoa and just kind of add a little bit more so that that's not completely lost. So here are some of the shimmers. Should I keep it safe? I'm gonna go with this middle shade on my lid and just keep it safe. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. And that's without a wet brush. That shade is put on airs. I might try a little bit of, I think I'm almost gonna use everything in here. I'm gonna try a little bit of this shade, Lop of Love maybe. And I'm just gonna use it to kind of blend these together and at the corner. I'm gonna take a small blending brush just to soften this. Just to soften this harsh line here. I'm gonna take Bare to Wear and just sort of pop it here near my brow bone. It is a matte, but we'll just highlight the brow bone a little bit, and I'm gonna soften that as well in a moment. We'll take the original brush and we'll just kind of blend to soften this. It's giving me soft glam vibes as far as like the colors and the type of eyeshadow look that I'm creating right here. That's what it's reminding me of. Let's do the lower lash line really quickly. I'm gonna just go into this warm shade, whatever, this Mugged Off. We'll start with that shade. Let's put a little bit of this cocoa and then this darker shade over here. And we're just gonna blend. I really prefer using like a squirrel haired brush. I know that's not drugstore, but like this is softer for blending under the eye and it doesn't poke my eye out. Whatever you do, use something soft underneath the eye. Let me go ahead and highlight my inner tear duct with Wink Wink. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. I'm just gonna take it up a little bit here just to brighten the eye here a little bit. Bluffing, I think, was the only shade I didn't use. I might put a little bit of this at the tippy top of my brow here. Yeah, I know I've used quite a few of these shades, and normally if I was doing just an everyday look, I would not use this much. This is my first time trying the palette. I had to try all the shades. All right, let's clean this up. It's definitely reminding me of Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I mean, it's a much smaller palette, but the color story is very similar to that palette. Very similar. I'm gonna go ahead and apply liner and lashes. I'm gonna use my Ardell Wispies, which are very affordable. I don't have affordable liner, so we're not gonna show you what I'm gonna use. And my mascara isn't affordable either. But we're going to apply my lashes and liner. I'll dust this off and then I will be right back. I forgot, guys, I do have the long-lasting Essence eye pencil and it's pretty good. I like that it's retractable and it is affordable. So that's what I'll be using in my waterline, but I did use something else to line the top here. So I'm gonna zoom out so we can complete this look. I'm gonna use my favorite drugstore bronzer. It is really time for a new one because I think this is like falling apart. Yeah. Time for a new one. This is Endless Summer by Butter Bronzer. I talk about it all the time. I love this bronzer. If you guys know of some other drugstore bronzers that you like, please let me know. There's a Maybelline bronzer. That one has broken too, but I think it's the shade 300. But it's not super deep. It's like the deepest one. And of course, I shouldn't be the deepest shade. So, you know. But there are other bronzers that I see in store and I'm like, should I try that? I don't pick them up because I waste my money a lot of times with drugstore bronzers because they don't end up working for me. So if you guys know of one that's really good, let me know. But right now, this one's really good. Blush, I'm going to use Always Rosy by e.l.f. This is just a really pretty everyday shade. It's Always Rosy. It's a rosy shade, but not too pink. And it's a primer-infused blush. It's a matte blush, but to me it gives you a little bit of a glow. And it lasts all day. I'm going to go over that to make sure it's not too harsh. Let me go over it with my beauty blender. I'm gonna carve out my cheeks a little here. I just used the Catrice powder to do that, and I'm just gonna dust it off with my bronzer brush. That way if it's a little too light, that kind of adds a little bit of color with whatever's left on the brush. But it kind of just defines it a little bit. This is the Revlon SkinLights highlighter, and the shade is Twilight Gleam. Really, really pretty gold highlighter. Oh, very stunning. I'm using my Lotus set, and I'm not talking about it because it's expensive, but I really like this brush set. Oh my goodness. That is stunning. This is a beautiful drugstore highlighter. So pretty. We're gonna just go over it with my beauty blender to make sure it's all seamless, blend it together. I'm gonna add a little bit more of my Morphe powder right here around my nose. This is my NYX lip liner in brown. Very simple. And there's another one I have called Mason, I think is the name of it, that is a little more neutral brown that I like a lot too. This one's a little deeper. And the other one is a little lighter, and I think I like that one better. It's a really pretty brown. I'm gonna try this. I don't know that I have ever worn this on camera, but I really like this. This is an ALMAY lip color, and it is called Skip the Gym. And it is a frosted color. And I don't typically wear frosted lipsticks, but I do like it. And I like this formula. This is what it looks like. This is the packaging, and this is what the color looks like. Okay, it's a frosted, pretty color. But I want a gloss. I want a lip gloss. So I don't know, should I? I shouldn't, should I? But I always want a gloss. I always want a gloss. This is Tower 28. This is pretty affordable. It's not the cheapest lip gloss, but it is affordable at Sephora. And this shouldn't change the color of this too much. I think this one is Cashew. It's not like drugstore. It's at Sephora, but it's kind of affordable at Sephora. So I thought maybe I could get by with it. I'm going back in with the lipstick a little bit. I just love gloss. I love a glossy lip. I think we're ready to set. And going back in with Milani Make It Last. I love this. Oh my gosh, it's definitely an everyday look for me. All right, so this is the final look. So let's talk a little bit about some of the products that I tried, especially since some of these you have not seen me use before. I really like the foundation. Because I ended up liking this so much, I really wanted to come back and film this look again so that you guys could see me with the correct shade because that just makes all the difference in the world when you're trying to determine whether you like something. I really like how this looks. This looks quite high-end, even though it is drugstore. It smooths the lines. It has hyaluronic acid in it, and I can't remember right now what the claims are, but I just feel like I have a very youthful appearance with this. Like, fine lines are not accented at all with this foundation, and it is $11. So definitely you're going to get a high-end look for less. Really love this. This is a more expensive primer as far as drugstore goes. I think this was $17. There was a time when I thought this was too expensive and I didn't know whether I would buy it again, but I will definitely purchase this again because I have wonderful makeup days whenever I wear this, and it just gives me very beautiful skin. So the Marshmallow Primer is a hit. I know I'm not kind of going over this in order. This is a beautiful concealer. If you look at my under eyes, I did like dip my wand back in, I think once, but you guys can recall I did not apply a lot of concealer. It covered up those indentions, the divots is what I call them, where you can kind of see your socket. Sometimes concealers don't smooth that out. Sometimes they're still very obvious, but this one smooths it out and smooths that skin underneath the eye. It is gorgeous. It is hydrating under the eye. It is not accenting my fine lines. For those of you who do not know, I am 48 years old and I do have wrinkles under my eye. I can see them, but they are very minimal. This is amazing concealer. I can't remember the price, but it is super affordable by e.l.f. Get you some of this. Morphe powder is very good. The True Skin powder I really like, and I am gonna try it some more under the eye to see how I feel about it. This ColourPop eyeshadow palette is beautiful. If you're a warm neutrals type of eyeshadow person and you like wearing these taupes, like this is more of a taupe color and this is sort of rosy, adds the perfect, like this is beautiful to have in this palette. Browns, golds, champagne. If you like this kind of color story in your everyday makeup routines, then this is a winner. It reminds me so much of the Soft Glam palette. I think the Soft Glam palette has a black in it, but as far as this color story, even this color, there is a color in the Soft Glam palette that is similar to this as well. This is definitely the type of eyeshadow look that I will wear on an everyday basis. Excellent buy. You know I love my butter bronzer. I love my Always Rosy. I've been loving that. This highlighter I purchased a while back during like an Ulta haul, I think, and I haven't talked about it here on my channel and I forget to use it. Unfortunately, I purchased this at the same time that I purchased some high-end highlighters, a Pat McGrath and a Bare Minerals highlighter. I purchased this at the same time, so I kept using those and I was like struggling to make myself use this because I love those so much. But this is definitely a beautiful option for highlighter. Is stunning. You can build it up to be very spectacular and you can also create a more subdued highlighter look. It does come in other shades, but this is excellent. Very good. And I love like the embossed. That is beautiful. Like the way this looks, definitely looks very high end in the package. Now this is still plastic, but the actual product looks very high end. I'm sorry that I had to throw in this lip gloss but it is a more affordable brand at Sephora, and this ALMAY lipstick is gorgeous and I actually need to purchase some more because this is a very nice formula. The lip liner that I've used before. I love the NYX lip liners. They are the only, I think, drugstore lip liner that I use. But I like those. And the lashes, my Ardell Wispies, I wear all the time. These are like go-to lashes of mine. The eyeliner is also very good. The Milani Make It Last setting spray. It is 16-hour wear setting spray. I have actually been reaching for this quite a bit the last couple of weeks. I have been getting wonderful wear out of my makeup, to the point where I'm like, is it this setting spray? I'm trying to figure out what is causing my makeup to wear so beautifully throughout the day. Is it the powder? Is it the setting spray? So this is a winner. You don't get very much, and sometimes it's hard to find this, but this is an excellent setting spray from the drugstore. So that concludes my everyday makeup look using affordable drugstore products. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love this look. I love everything that I'm wearing, and this is definitely the type of makeup look that I would create on an everyday basis. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I will respond. And if you've not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button before you leave. So I'll be seeing you guys again very soon in my next video. So until the next time we meet again, this is Savvy signing out.